21 Jump Street. You really want to know what I thought about this movie? Well, I'll tell you. You really thought I would hate this movie? Morons.
This is how we do it.
And you know this, man?
21 Jump Street stars Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum as two cops who go undercover in high school based off the popular 1980s TV show starring Johnny Depp and Richard Grieco. Yeah, Night at the Roxbury, Richard Grieco. 21 Jump Street also co-stars Ice Cube, Ellie Kemper, Brie Larson, Dave Franco, Rob Riggle, Dax Flame, Jake M. Johnson, and Nick Offerman. Yeah, Ron Swanson's up in this mofudge. Now, I was extremely excited for 21 Jump Street. The person who actually brought this to my attention was like back in 2010. He actually made a video. Ferris. My bro, Therisha. Yeah, I brought it up in one of his videos. Thanks, Ferris. Anything with Jonah Hill just personally always excites me. And ever since Dear John, I've always liked Channing Tatum. I actually think he's a very good actor. Recently, he was in a very average film, The Vow, but he was fantastic in that movie. I loved his performance in that film, but he was better in this. And I have to say, after months of anticipation, this movie was absolutely freaking amazing. I fucking love 21 Jump Street. 21 Jump Street is one of the funniest films I've ever seen in theaters in my life. And definitely up there with the other ones I've seen in theaters, such as Superbad, Pineapple Express, The Hangover, and Horrible Bosses. Going into the performances for this movie, I loved the chemistry between Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum. Loved them. Love them. Love them. They had terrific chemistry, like I said, and the standout, in my opinion, gave the best performance of the film, Jonah Hill. I've never seen a movie with Jonah Hill that afterwards I was like, oh, Jonah Hill was awful in that movie. No, he's always been great. And after seeing this movie, I think about saying this for a while, Jonah Hill's the funniest person in Hollywood. And this movie totally verifies it. If you see this movie, you totally would agree with me. I'm not kidding. He was absolutely hysterical. Has some of the funniest lines he's ever said in his life. Channing Tatum was great. Like I said, hysterical. Really good chemistry. Fuck you, science. Brie Larson, though, was sort of, like, really awkward. I didn't really, mind the chemistry between her and Jonah Hill. I thought they had pretty good chemistry. But, like, there are some points in this movie where she tries to, like, attempt humor, and it's just the most awkward experience I've ever seen. But, like, other than that, it was just a tiny little nitpick that didn't really bother me. Rob Riggle is in this movie, and back in 2010, he was, like, in, like, 7 movies that year, and I remember, like, in every single one of those movies, he's always underused, and he's, like, barely in it. And I remember always saying Rob Riggle needs to be, like, in more movies, have bigger parts.
You mess with my nut, Brennan? Randy here is gonna eat your dick.
Like Kobayashi.
I've seen him do it.
You've actually seen him eat a man's penis?
It was in international waters, so they couldn't prosecute him, but I saw it.
And as of late, he was in The Lorax. Hated him in that movie. Absolutely hated him. And in this movie, at first he sort of annoyed me, and then throughout the whole movie he was like, yeah, he was pretty damn funny. And he made me laugh, especially near the end, where he actually made me laugh my dick off. Literally.
Like Kobayashi.
But my two favorite supporting characters in this film were actually Ice Cube and Dave Franco. I loved them in this film. Going into 21 Jump Street, I thought Ice Cube was going to be one of the downfalls of the film because, I don't know, his character just looked annoying and typical. But, oh my god, did he probably have the funniest line in this movie, and probably some of the funniest moments as well. All you have to say is Korean Jesus. But after a while, it wasn't really Ice Cube's fault, but he was sort of like really underused. Like the first few scenes he was in, he was absolutely hysterical. But then after a while, he kind of like turned into that character he was sort of mocking in the first scene he was in. Like he just sort of became like one of those bland characters, like who was in the background. But other than that, it was a tiny nitpick. Nothing wrong with his performance, but he was great. But Dave Franco was probably like my favorite out of the supporting cast because his character was like subtly hilarious. I just loved his character. Like his character literally like is a drug dealer, and he's like supposed to be like this total asshole of a person. Like he's a total hippie, like eco-friendly guy, and that concept right there is hilarious. And it totally works for this movie. And he had some of the biggest laughs for me personally. I just thought that was just my kind of humor, I guess. But like he is not getting enough credit. I thought he was terrific in the movie. He had some of the biggest laughs. It rhymes with grape. Rhymes with grape. And Dax Flame's in this movie. He's on a roll. Project X, he was awesome, and he was really good in this movie as well. Had a really, really funny moment in this movie. And I'm not going to spoil anything, there's a big spoiler that some people have been spoiling. Not going to spoil it. All I have to say, it's almost as good as Zombieland, what happens in this movie. You know what I mean if you see it. Going into the technical things, I think Chris Miller and Phil Lord do a terrific job directing this movie because I sound like freaking Chris Traeger from Parks and Recreation. I literally loved the direction. No, but I really did love their really stylistic, vibrant direction that they put to Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, which was a great animated film. But this, like, they totally did their laugh-a-minute style to this film and brought a very vibrant tone, like I said, a vibrant energy, and it totally worked for the film's benefit. Loved their direction. The script, which was co-written by Jonah Hill and written by Michael Bacall, wrote Project X. Honestly, I just have to say this movie was written perfectly. I think the comedy was golden, and I think, let me just say this, if a movie like Bridesmaids can get a screenplay nomination at the Oscars, why can't this? Like, this movie is way more well-written than Bridesmaids. I just have to put that out there, and I have to say Michael Bacall is going to be damn busy over the next couple of years. Like, he's already writing a Project X sequel, and now he's writing the 21 Jump Street sequel. I mean, this dude's on a freaking roll. Egg rolls. And if there's anything I can nitpick, it would be like probably the beginning, like the first like 6 minutes, where like everything like rushed, which I think probably wasn't really that necessary. But other than that, after that, it was a perfect comedy for me. Like there's some things I can nitpick about, but other than that, it didn't really bother me at all near the end. So for that, 10 out of 10. 21 Jump Street. I have to do it. I have to. Terrific movie, terrific film. You gotta go see it right now. If you don't, I will stab you in the neck with a knife and a toothbrush at the same time, simultaneously. I want to go burn some more shit.